everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm actually not going to do a normal vlog for you. I'm going to cut straight to the chase and just go straight into a voiceover with me and Leggy doing our second ever into one, and this actually turned out to be one of our personal best scores. So I'll talk you through the process, how I rode it, what I did. Anyway, without further ado, we'll crack on, and as always, if you enjoy the videos, please give my page a like and subscribe. Okay, so here we go. Always when I start my tests, I like to make sure I'm in as collected canter as possible because he's got to come straight back into a halt. So I'm doing a lot of half halts right now, sitting up tall and putting him into a little bit of shoulder four. He then doesn't stand square straight away, so I actually do a couple of steps forward to try and straighten him up, which was much better. Not perfect, but better. Okay, so I actually borrowed some spurs of my friend, which are a lot sharper, and when I put them on him, I wasn't used to riding in them, so I actually put too much leg on, which made him break into canter. But nevertheless, he still scored a 7 for that. Going into the first extended trot, I half halt him a lot in the corner and then just take the frame forward, going back into a half halt at the bottom. Okay, so the next move is actually shouldering on the center line. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I'm shouldering on the center line, I actually like to line my knee up with the judge at C so that I stay on that line, and it gives me something to focus on. It's an 8-meter circle, so I need to make sure that I don't touch the track. If I touch the track, it's too big, so I try to stay in a couple of meters from the track. And actually the circle sets you up really nicely for the first half pass in the trot. I was losing a little bit of bend here, so I'd actually like him to bend a little bit more, but nevertheless he still scored well for it. Little half halt, getting ready to go into a halt at C. He did that nice and square. I make sure that I wait as well. It does say immobility and then rein back, which is for 5 steps, which he did nicely. Step back in diagonal pair, so he actually got a 7.5 for that. A little stumble in the corner, but luckily it was a bit out the way. Second half pass is basically in the into one. You do it then backwards, half pass circle, then shoulder in. Make sure he's around my inside leg. Again, the one move sets the other up quite well. The half pass set him up for the circle, which also helps set him up for the shoulder in. Again, this time I'm making sure my right knee is actually in line with A, and also that I don't want to put him onto 4 tracks. It's actually 3 tracks. Turning right and getting ready to do a medium trot. Collect him in the corner, little half halt, then take my hand forward to let him open up into a medium trot. Bringing him back because he's actually got to come straight back into walk. Sorry about the focus, guys. My camera is just it's on one. Anyway, so now I'm in the walk. He was actually quite sharp today, and like I said, I had got slightly sharper spurs on, so I'm actually going to sit really quiet in the walk. What I'm trying to do to encourage the walk to go more forward is I'm actually moving my hips quite a lot. So instead of like putting too much leg on him, I'm moving my hips. I don't know if you can see it too much. Again, sorry about the focus. So I'm letting my reins out, but you can just see me moving my hips with him. My legs are around him, but I'm not really touching him with the spur. Trying to get him to take his neck forward by taking my hands wider and lower. And you can see his little poppy here, which he wore because it was on Remembrance Weekend that time. So we wore our poppies. A lot of collection before I go into the canter. I'm just warning him that I'm going to take him into the canter. You know, when you're at this level or even the lower levels, the preparation is everything. So we're coming round to our zigzag. He's round my inside leg, push him over, hit the quarter line, change. Again, push him over. As soon as I get towards the quarter line, I'm going to make sure I straighten up, change the bend and change the leg. There we go. Going back to the center line, straighten up, make sure he's straight. Right leg comes back. Oh my God, the zigzag is so hard to ride. Nevertheless, Leggy got a 6.5 for that, which I was really chuffed with. Let's go for a zoom. When I take him into a medium canter, I make sure he really extends. I almost do a gallop, clearly show the collection, ready to do the change at the top end. Okay, so now we're coming into my 3s, which he actually did really nicely, if I can remember. So what I'm trying to do here is position his head where I want it, and then swinging my leg back as I ask for the change. And you actually do this early. So I go 1, 2, change, 1, 2, there's my leg go back for the change. So you actually ask for the change, not on the number, but the number before. So we're coming into the pirouettes now. So when I get into the corner, I really try to collect him, because it's no good coming too fast into these. If he comes too fast, I'm not going to be able to make him sit. You can just see me asking for sit there. I could do with a little bit more sit than that, probably, in my pirouettes. And then I'm change just before I get to the marker, going into the right pirouette. Now again, you can see me just bringing him back, collect him, sitting back. Started a bit too big, but it finished off a lot better than what it started. Both of those pirouettes got a 6, which I wasn't unhappy with because they aren't our highlight at the moment. So now we are coming into our 2 time changes, and unfortunately I messed my straightness up in these. So they actually started really nicely, and then all of a sudden he got a little bit crooked, meaning that I couldn't get that last change. So he throws in a 1, and then I kind of lost count at the end at that point. Okay, so this is quite a hard transition now, because they're expecting you to come back into walk, but you've got to come back into trot, and I was really chuffed with that transition. So I did my little half halts first and then softly put him into the trot. Going into the extended trot now, which he did nice. He got a 7 for his trot transition and a 7 for this extended trot, which I was really happy with, because of course he's not overly flashy because he is a big chunky Irish draft. Coming down the centre line in trot, I tried to make him forward and keep my ears always to the judge. He tried to actually stop early then, but I managed to get him to keep going, because he's a little bit of a bugger sometimes for trying to stop early. Very, very proud of him though. Very, very proud of my... So guys, thank you so much for watching my video. I really hope you found that helpful, whether you're riding at the top levels or down at the bottom. It's all about the preparation. So yeah, if you enjoyed it, please give my channel a like and subscribe, and I will see you for the next one.